Tony, check this out. Amazing deal on a SATA spray gun here, but it almost seems too good to be true. Is this really a SATAjet or is this a SATAjet?
Well, there's a few things about it. It looks a lot like a SATA, but look at the packaging on it. It doesn't have a SATA authentication label on it. That's probably
Counterfeit.
Too good to be true.
What's wrong with it? What might be wrong with it?
Well, the hard part that we have, I guess, when we talk about counterfeits, we get asked a lot, what's the difference? The big differences are going to be micron tolerances. And I know I just came last week back from the factory again, and you walk through that facility and you see the tiny micron tolerance range that they're working in to make those machines. And SATA developed all the machines that make these guns themselves. So they may work with 7 or 8 or 9 different suppliers for different pieces of the robot or different pieces of the tool itself, but SATA itself designed the cutting tools and made those in-house. So they know what their tolerance range is, and when someone's trying to reverse engineer and make something, it can't possibly have that same quality. So we get, a lot of questions about it, and you'll get the fake spray guns, and you'll get them in, and people actually are thinking that when they buy online, they're thinking they're buying a real SATA. And they've copied the packaging, they may have a catalog inside, they're even using pictures of people that work for SATA Germany or one of us from DanAm in their catalogs. So they've done a lot of things, and SATA fights hard to protect their intellectual property rights. They've spent a lot of money to build perfection and build high quality equipment. And so we do fight pretty hard to keep those copies off the market. But the ones that people are finding, we'll get them sent into our repair station where they come in where someone's mad, hey, I got this gun and I'm getting fish eyes. Well, number one, it's not a SATA gun, it's you call it a sorta gun. But they're filled with tool oil and different things. They just don't take care to clean them, or they've used subpar materials that they're afraid are going to corrode before it gets to the painter. Okay. And so those kind of things are dangerous for a paint shop, number one, for contamination. But why spend the money to buy something that is not going to give you the color match that you need or the transfer efficiency that you need? And never has there been any testing on that. So if someone comes into your shop and asks you for the paperwork that says this gun's been tested and approved to be transfer efficient, or it's been tested and approved to be below 10 pounds at the air cap, where are you going to find the air cap test gauge to prove that, for that gun that doesn't exist? Okay. So there's a lot of things about buying counterfeit equipment. The quality's not going to be there. The performance isn't going to be there. The company behind it, which DanAm Company represents SATA, we make sure that we stand behind things warranty-wise, and we make sure that we stand behind things, but we also stand behind making sure legal-wise that it's the right equipment to be used in your shop without you getting severe fine for using something fake.
So what's my best option, and where am I going to go to make sure that I'm not getting a counterfeit spray?
The best way you can make sure you're not getting counterfeit is deal locally. Deal with your local paint supplier. If it's a paint supplier that sells you the refinished materials that you need, they definitely have access to SATA equipment. Make sure you're buying the real thing. What's nice about having a local dealer is the local dealers can also provide demo equipment. So if you want to say, hey, I'm spraying whatever paint, we can bring the guns to you and make sure that you're choosing the nozzle set that's right for what you put in. And if you need to change nozzles up or down, deal with your local distributor to make sure you get that done. And you can get the equipment that's going to work for you in your shop, in your circumstance, in your climate, in your paint line that you're spraying to get what's right. And you just certainly can't do that via online sales.
Okay. Well, Collision Cub, we do a lot of cool tools episodes, and this is definitely not a cool tool.
Yeah, I would say the SATAjet's not a cool tool.
Thanks, Tony.